This podcast episode is sponsored by Palumbo and Bertrand, attorneys at law.
Good day, seniors and active adults. Welcome back to our YouTube podcast, Get Your Weekly Slice, where we protect, inform, and educate you, our seniors and active adults, every week about what you should know as you age. It is about keeping you, our seniors, in the know. This is part 4, the real conversation regarding elderly financial abuse. And I'm going to give you a couple of stories that I have run into that kind of entails exactly what I'm talking about. They're examples of real life, what's going on. As I explained in part 1, 2, and 3, the different types, the family members, etc., the vulnerability of the senior. So there's 2 situations, and I'm going to express a third one. But one is I recently met with a gentleman. He's having cognitive decline. He lives by himself. He's isolated. He owns the land that he lives on. We're going through the process, me and Elba, with a social worker to see how we can help him financially move into an assisted living. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a lot in his mind, and he's already been denied Medicaid based off of the $8,000 that he has in his checking account and his savings account. So that's a disqualifier right there. Social worker did do an assessment with him, and so what's happened with that assessment is that yes, he is a client for that, but how can we get him in there with little to no money? So we reached out to Aged, AGED, and they deal with pooled trusts. Unfortunately, because of his cognitive decline, he's having a hard time understanding all that's going on. So the bottom line is, after we met with him today for the second time, he shared with us the car that he has. He promised to a neighbor he would sell it to them for $500. I said, no, you're not doing that. So basically, we are standing in the middle of him making decisions in that. And one other thing is that he has a trailer. He owns the land. The trailer's not worth a pound of nails. But the land, in his mind, somebody has approached him, is what Elba and I surmised today, to purchase that land, and it's only worth $13,000. No, it's not. We did the comps, and I shared with both Aged and the social worker what I feel the 2 lots are worth, between $75,000 and $100,000. We're not exploiting him. We're trying to help him get into an assisted living that he's requested the social worker work on. So Elba, I, and the social worker, the 3 of us together, we're going to find out what location is Medicaid. Once we establish that, and they'll work with us to have him pay them in full once we sell the vacant lots. I don't anticipate them being on the market any more than 2 months, if not 3 months. So he does have some money we can put towards his stay, but he has to pay for his stay full tilt. So we can get him into a place that is Medicaid approved for maybe $2,500 to $3,000. We can do that for 2 or 3 months, and there might be an extra month or 2 months that that community who allows him to be a resident. When they, and once he gets off Medicaid wait list, then they'll start paying towards his room and board. So the room and board is going to be $1,400. And then he gets a measly $1,100 in Social Security. So if we can get him into a place that's Medicaid approved, and once he gets off of that wait list, he can get in there for 2,500. But in the meantime, we sell the land and we put the money that he has excess in his savings account and also in his checking account, because he can't have any more than $1,500. We put that all into a pooled trust. So if the prices go up, he can tap into the pooled trust to supplement the income from both Social Security and the Medicaid for him to stay in that community. So those are one of the things. So it's just the opposite of what I'm talking about when it comes to financial or elderly abuse. We're there to help him. And what little we have, we're able and will be able to make it work for him. He'll be in a safer environment. He'll be getting 3 meals a day because he's not eating now. He's isolated, nobody around him, but he has that cognitive decline going on. So that's exactly what we do as certified senior housing professionals. We're there to protect, inform, and educate seniors and active adults. There's no other way that we're going to have to go forward with this with him because of the decline. We need to get an attorney involved to make sure that everybody is on the same page and his best interest is being taken care of, which we are, and along with the social worker, we are doing that. So that's just one example. And I'll keep you posted through future podcasts regarding this individual. I'll do it from beginning to end as one of my stories as us helping seniors. It'll be in that podcast.
Do you need help drafting wills, trusts, or administering the estate prior to the death of a loved one? At Palumbo and Bertrand, attorneys at law, we have the experience necessary to guide you through the process. We offer large firm services with a small firm feel, providing you with expert advice and creative solutions to the issues you face. Call Palumbo and Bertrand at 407-960-2835 and schedule your appointment today.
So anyway, I want to move on to another one when it comes to vulnerability and red flags. And there was this home health care person, individual, private, not background checked or licensed, who was helping a couple. Well, long story short, she had taken advantage of that couple. Do you remember in podcast 2, I had mentioned that the average senior gets taken advantage of about 90,000. And that's exactly what this home health care provider did. She changed their doctors. Again, these are all red flags, warning flags. They have no family here. They had a niece up in the Carolinas, but they had no family here. So this person had them get a Walmart credit card, put her name on it. She submitted to them every month a bill from Walmart. Some of it was things they needed on a personal level, but there were also a lot of things that she wanted for her own personal use and purchase. So technically, they bought a lot of things from Walmart for her personal use. The other thing was doctors change, medication change, the list goes on. And finally, they became a little bit cognizant of what was going on, called the niece and screamed, "Get us out of here." So the niece and the husband drove down, and then they discovered what had been going on. And they figured, in reviewing accounts, etc. Now, keep in mind, they only came down maybe once or twice a year, but they were in constant conversation every couple of weeks to a month. So what they discovered was that this person took probably about $90,000, and she was livid when she demanded that the niece and husband give her a stellar review or testimonial about how she took care of their family. Absolutely not. And she demanded that they pay her X amount of money, and they didn't pay. So that's an example. And the last example that I have is one that I'm noticing, and it's one of the flags where outsiders out of the family, because some of these people don't have family local. Again, I always share throughout all my podcasts that as a certified senior housing professional, I'm a real estate agent, but I'm a different type of real estate agent who makes sure that the property that they own, be it vacant land, single family home, condo, townhome, whatever, that I'm going to get them the most money I can. Whereas other agents, they want to list it, sell it, and get paid and move on. We're not that way. We have a passion to help seniors. That's why I always stress protect, inform, and educate PIE. And that's where Get Your Weekly Slice comes from, the name of the podcast. But in any event, the one now is a longtime friend, waiter, when her husband was still alive, they went to the restaurant and then they became friends with that. The husband passed, and there was a big difference, age difference. But in any event, she's well taken care of. That server and the wife are good friends now with this person who has no other family. And she's making a move out of an independent into a single family home that I believe they cursed her into getting a mortgage to purchase that home. It's entirely up to her what she does. I've offered suggestions, but she's not accepting of those. She thinks what she's doing is right. She thinks what these friends are doing is right. But myself and another person, we've had a conversation. We think that she's being exploited. So we're just kind of monitoring, staying in touch with her, and see how everything unfolds. And then we'll take action as needed. But again, it's sad that we are in this situation in today's environment. And the reason I do the podcast, the reason I do the Smarter Senior Seminar Series, the reason I protect, inform, and educate is because there's so many people who are aging longer, living longer, and there's going to be mountains of scammers, people that are going to prey on that demographic that is very vulnerable. So I hope you enjoyed the 4-part series of Elderly Abuse Financial. If there's anything I can help you or your family with, let me know. I feel very confident, whatever the situation is, that I'll be able to put you or connect you with someone that is going to help you through your individual situation, because they're all different and they're all, for the most part, scams However you put it, however you spell it, that's what they are. And we need to protect more, inform more, and educate more our senior and active adult population. In closing, I hope you enjoyed today's Get Your Weekly Slice. If you'd like to discuss further today's topic, you can reach me via email at mike@your, Y-O-U-R, Florida, spelled out, Haven, Haven.com, or call me at 407-340-5291 to set up an appointment. I provide a free 1.5-hour in-person meeting to discuss your future plans on aging while providing you a minimum of 3 options to choose from. Don't forget to follow us and like us on Facebook and Instagram. While on my website at yourfloridahaven.com, sign up for my monthly newsletter, RSV to any of my in-person events, which are held at the Orange County Library, Smarter Senior Seminar Series events, and to view any and all of my videos and podcasts. We hope these podcasts are helpful, and if they are, please share with your friends, family, and neighbors by letting them know what we offer as certified senior housing professionals, designated real estate agents, to our seniors and active adults as they age. We're a connector. It is about keeping seniors in the know. Till next time, when you come back to get your weekly slice.
This podcast episode is sponsored by Palumbo and Bertrand, attorneys at law.